Hi, all you beautiful people. I hope everyone had a great day. My son and I had a great day today. We went to the mall. But I want to do a little bit of bedside talk or bedside chit chat. Bless you, baby. I was just on Facebook and someone posted a question. And the question was for everyone, for all these people that have been in a relationship 20 to 30 years, I want to know what the secret is. No, seriously, what's the secret? So, in reply to her in reply to her post, I responded, endurance. In my opinion, the reason why so many of our elders and people that we know have lasted for 20 to 30 years, it's because of endurance. Personally, no, I've been married 30 nor 20 years. I haven't even been married 10. Like I said in past videos, my husband and I celebrated our fifth anniversary this last past April. However, my parents have been married for 30 years. My aunts and uncles have been married for 30 plus years. And then I've spoken to my grandmother, my aunts, and several other relatives that have been married 30 plus years and have nothing but positive things to say about their mate and their spouse and marriage in general. I know when I was first getting married, of course, you will always have those negative people that, which is sad to me, that are always like, oh, girl, you don't know what you're getting into. It's drama, it's a headache. You've always got those people that have the negative things to say about marriage. And a lot of times it is some people that are divorced or have had failed relationships. But then there are those positive people that can speak and know that despite the negative, despite the hardship and everything else, marriage is still a beautiful thing. For instance, my aunt, my uncle just passed away last May, and him and my aunt have had been married for 65 years. 65 years. Now that to me is a testimony, excuse me, within itself. 65 years is a long time to be with one person. And why did they make it 65 years? I know after his passing, I went to her house and I sat and I spoke with her, and she had nothing but wonderful, pleasant things to say about their marriage and their life together. And of course, as the niece, I know I've heard some of the negative stories of some of the things they had gone through in their marriage and their relationship. But despite all the things that they had gone through, they endured them and they stayed together for 65 years. And so now, even in his passing, she had nothing negative to say. Everything was positive and upbeat. He was a wonderful man. He took care of me. He loved me. He adored me. That is the beauty about being married. And that's the sad thing, I think, sometimes, even for not just people in our generation, but people in relationships in general. I think the sad thing about people in relationships sometimes is everybody's looking to get something and no one wants to give. What you have to remember as far as a relationship, and what I've learned even in my marriage, like I said, no, I haven't been married for the longest extent of time, but what I have learned and am still learning is you have two different people coming from two different backgrounds. They have two different raisins, two different sets of moral values, trying to create one life together. So, what you have to know is there are going to be times when you end up in arguments. There are going to be times when you have disagreements. But the beautiful thing is when you get past those and when you come through that and you're still joined together as one, or you still love each other even despite of the disagreement, the argument, because you learn to work together as one. And that is something that I'm still learning. And one thing that I did learn from my aunt, from my grandmother, as far as endurance. I think what a lot of people forget is when you stand at the altar and you take those vows and you say for better or for worse, worse is going to happen sometimes. I know people say it as a ritual, but I think what they tend to forget is it actually does happen. They're not just words that people put up in there, just quoting something. Words does happen. But that's the thing about making it through and getting to those 20 some years is once do can you make it through the worst? You never ever know how much love you have for a person or how well your relationship or marriage will endure or what you can and can't take if you don't make it through. If you if you fall apart within the first argument, or you fall apart within the first disagreement, then you'll never know how far you'll go or what you can endure if you don't stick it out and make it through. And that's what I think the sad thing is about a lot of people, is because, well, I think the sad thing even about society, and this is again just my opinion, they've made it too easy to run, and everybody runs because of everything. Sorry. And everybody runs because of everything. Every little thing that happens, everybody thinks that they have to run. Um, he made me mad, so I'm gonna run. Oh, he said something smart, so I'm gonna run. Like everything is a roll of your neck, and I'm just gonna get up and leave. I don't have to take this. And we understand, and I totally understand. There are some things that you do have to take the time to evaluate and determine how much you are and aren't willing to put up with. However, everything is not a running issue. Everything is not a running issue. You have to learn to endure and stand the test of time. That way you can be that relationship and you can be those two that can be that example and let people know that despite our hardships, our ups and downs, our heartaches, our heartbreaks, our relationship is strong. You will never know if your relationship is strong if you never withstand anything. And so that's my opinion on why people make it 20 to 30 years as far as being in relationships and marriage. Because they don't run at the drop of a hat. They don't get up and leave every time somebody makes them mad. They learn to stick it out. And I think um, it is a beautiful thing, and that is the beautiful aspect of being married. Because me personally, I think being married is a beautiful thing. I love my husband more and more daily. I think being married has been amazing, and I look forward to continuing and getting to those 30 plus years that I've seen my parents and my aunts and my uncles make it through. Because, like I said, it's a wonderful thing. Yeah, we have our arguments, we have our disagreements. However, if we want to stick it out throughout the long haul and we really meant what we said when we said for better or for worse, and that doesn't, and excuse me, even in saying for better or for worse, I want to specify on. I know a lot of people think that when people say for better or for worse, they mean like financial woes and everything else. Yes, sometimes you have your financial woes, but worse is worse. Worse could be physical, could be emotional, worse is a lot of things. I will say for me personally, some of the emotions that I've even experienced in marriage, I had never experienced before in life. But the fact is, my marriage is still together. We are still strong and we are moving forward towards our 30 plus years. So I say to all those people that are questioning why and how relationships last that long, it is endurance. It is endurance and standing the test of time. You know you have a strong marriage and a strong relationship if you stay and you fight through. And once you've made it through and you're still together and you still love each other and you're still strong and it's beautiful, that's how you know you have a strong relationship. That's how you know you have a strong marriage, because you made it, because you endured. I hope everyone has a good evening. I love you all. Let me know what you think of this, and let me know of your comments as far as what you think as to why relationships last 20 and 30 years. Again, good night, and all you beautiful people have a good evening.